The winds have shifted in Alethkar. Once Kholinar shone, a beacon of pride and glory. Now its towers groan beneath the weight of despair. Its people whisper of shadows moving in the rain, of oaths long broken beneath the thunder's roar. Four souls drawn together, bound by threads unseen. An investigator chasing truth through a city drowning in secrets. A thief, mercenary by name, but fierce of heart, determined to save the home that scorns them. A fabric cloaked in falsehood, shaping light and metal, seeking to forge a better tomorrow before the storm consumes the present. The Vorin woman, staring defiance into the eyes of destiny, striving to become more than her world dares to allow. The city trembles. Cults, old and forgotten, whisper beneath the weeping stone. And from the tempest comes a call for those who would speak the last ideal.
Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome back. We are live with The Last Ideal. Chapter 3, we have already come what feels like such a long way. And yet, we must carry on with the journey because we haven't really reached our destination. So we will we gotta live before we die. We gotta have the journey before the destination. That is the way that we do things around here and around the Cosmere. So just a quick little recap from last time. We had a tense conversation with Tanavir, a member of a shadowy organization, and there was an agreement from our group who had sort of stumbled in backwards into this into the situation. There was an agreement to commit to a task for this shadowy individual, the promise of a massive haul of spheres if this task was to be accomplished, and that was a heist, a theft from the Devotary of Insight within the city of Kholinar. Now, this led to some pretty tense words between our group, some grilling, some sort of grounding about the situation at hand and how exactly that is going to go. Some being far more prepared than others for a task like this. But now we have taken a bit of a step back. People are preparing themselves. We are in the process of the roughly 10-day before they are to have this task completed. There is a document that needed to be retrieved, and it's really a matter of time. But the folks here have lives. They have things that they need to accomplish in their day-to-day comings and goings. There's certain things that need to be handled, even though this grand this grand quest has been bestowed upon them. So, in the day after going to that shady sort of bar, restaurant establishment, Spark Flicker, we are going to zoom in on our own Navali. Now, Navali, where exactly would we find you on this day? I know that you were going to commit to a couple of tasks, but where is it that we will see you around mid-morning?
I would say Nev is likely waiting for Cutter to show up to
Right.
see if he will. This would normally be around the time of day that I would see him because, most jobs happen at night, so planning happens during the day. So I'm probably waiting in the common area of the hideout.
You sit within the common area of the hideout. The straight-cut stone walls, soul-casted out of the actual stone itself, having became a very comforting sight over the last few years. They mean safety. They mean routine. They mean food. As the Phantom Dreyer have a pretty steady supply of meals for you and the different young adults that make up the cell that you work with. And as you sit within the common room, there's a few of the kids committing to tasks. The common room very routinely becomes a rather rowdy place. A few of them are playing dice, games of chance, going wildly against Voran tradition of games of chance. And others are roughhousing, a pretty thin line between settling a dispute or beating on one another out of a point of contention, or perhaps even training themselves to bear further physical hardships. It's not too terribly long before in the lamplight, as this place doesn't really have spheres lighting it, that you see Cutter walk into the interior. He's wearing his mask. He has on a sort of almost like a black cat suit of leather. It seems as if he has just come back from a rather rigorous job, having not actually taken off his regalia yet. This apparel that would allow him to be lithe and acrobatic, as well as giving him a modicum of protection. He steps over, he gets a little bit of a lay of the land of what's going on in the common room. Then he takes a seat at one of the wooden tables that are spread throughout the room, and puts his feet up on said table, and then pops the cork off of what appears to be a flask and starts taking a couple of drinks. He seems a little bit worn.
Welcome back. Did you get my message?
Yeah.
I will put on the table the scrap of the Dreyer mask.
Picks it up in his hands, feels it with his fingers, rubs it between them. Really, really gives it a thorough inspection, looking at the loops, the hole, the wearing of the leather. So someone's coloring outside the lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
He ended up dead, I assume, given that the alleyway was being watched. And it seems like he was doing work for the Sons of Honor.
That is a name that I am not happy to hear.
Me either.
So, if he's gone missing already, and you say the alley was being watched, that means it's pretty likely that the whole cell's in it.
The whole cell. Listen, I know that there's an order to things, but is there someone we should report to?
Well, you reported to me. And now I get to go and find out where the bastard's been hiding. And if everybody else that's in his cell is in on it.
I'll tell him... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No.
I will tell him exactly what alleyway it was and where I saw someone watching, because I know that area like the back of my hand.
Yep. Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking that we've got a bunch of cultists in our midst. Big revolution. I would have heard if it was just somebody stepping out of the lines, because they would have been blacklisted, punished, taken out of the drawer. If this was covered up, either by killing him or sending him afield, then we have a bigger problem on our hands. If it was just hidden.
All right. This might be a bad time to add more to your plate, but there's more.
Okay.
I'm gonna place a crude sketch on the table of the symbol that I saw. Not in the courtyard at the palace, the one on the note.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Cutter goes silent for a time. He's not a man of large amount of words to begin with, but he does fall completely silent. Did somebody make you an offer?
Yeah.
Did you take it?
Didn't feel like I had a lot of choice.
Well, there's always a choice. You decided to do that without any permission.
Job hasn't been done yet.
Is it just you?
No.
Who else is involved? Give me a list.
They kind of fell into it by accident. They happened to be there.
Names.
I'll give them the names.
An artifabrian.
If nothing else, it will let me keep a closer eye on Berdalar.
I'm not worried about Berdalar. I'm worried about why some tool push and a Voran officer is working with you.
What's that supposed to mean?
They don't live in our world,
No.
and they're a liability.
I already have a contingency plan.
I don't think that you know what you're getting into. And to be frank, I don't care if this ruins what you have or what you've got with these kids, as long as you keep bringing me in money. But if any of this comes back to me, because Berdalar has some self-righteous bug up his ass, or the good little Voran girl can't keep her mouth shut, then you and I have a problem.
It won't come to that.
You can't say that. You just signed on for a hell of a lot more than you think.
What is the symbol?
That's something you get to figure out on your own. It's nothing I'm going to talk about. Do some research. I'll help you if you need work. I'll help you if you need a place to hide. If you're doing work for these people, keep me the hell out of it. Because I will far rather send myself to damnation than sign up for what they've got going on. You're crossing a line. You don't get to come back from it.
She kind of considers for a second and says, "It's more than that."
Yeah? How much more?
Why didn't they pick you? You're supposed to be my superior.
He looks down at the table. Then he looks up at you. And can I please get an awareness?
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Awareness?
Yeah.
That's
Perception.
not a
Perception.
skill.
I'm so
Perception.
sorry. It's definitely VTM in my brain, and I've got vampire brain rot. I should get a character sheet up, to be completely honest.
It's real bad. It's a total of 5.
A total of 5. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what you don't see is Cutter's hand drifting below the table and him sliding out a very wicked-looking blade from his sheath on his thigh. And there's a little point of shock as you feel a press right into the scapula of your knee, enough to draw blood. I think you should recognize that sometimes people get chosen for their ability to be manipulated instead of their actual skill and what they're capable of. They didn't choose me because they know that they couldn't control me.
I'm gonna move back. Like, scoot the chair back.
Mm-hmm.
You say that now. Just remember why you're here. Before you act all high and mighty. I'll still do your jobs. I'll still bring you money. But if that makes you think that you're better than me, that's another conversation.
He takes the dagger out, and Cutter's a man that has a bit of a temper. And you've seen the telltale signs of it. His jaw sets. He takes the dagger, still pretty slick with your blood, and slams it into the table. I am better than you. That's what you don't understand. Go be a puppet. And then he gets up and walks out of the room.
Storm off. Did he leave anything behind since he got up in a huff?
The dagger.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
It's mine now.
Do you feel that that is an appropriate place to zoom out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, zooming out from that soulcast cavern underneath the city of Kholinar, we look now into a far more domestic setting. Our good detective, Berdalar. Where exactly in Kholinar do we find your mother and your sister's home?
Well, we moved not too long ago, and so the new house is in a not so nice neighborhood. Not the nicest neighborhood, but a very safe neighborhood.
Yeah. Little Herdaz?
Well, yeah, but they would have moved kind of like from one place in Little Herdaz, a little bit of the nicer side, closer to the Light Eyes district and all that stuff. Maybe somewhere a little less pristine.
Oh, yeah, probably closer to the city. Oh, okay. I'm imagining that they're pretty close to the city center, like in and around the dueling arena, a place that's a bit more upkept by guards, just on the western side of Little Herdaz.
And Bear is going to do his damnedest to sneak in through his window into his room.
Into his room? Give me a stealth.
Into his own room.
Give me that stealth. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's really good. 19.
19. Damn, they rolled really well as well. They rolled a 17. And you sneak into your old room. You feel the wood and the glass. You know exactly how it squeaks against itself. It's only a day or two away from a high storm at this point, and you're like, the pressure kind of it's gonna make this squeak, and you push and you grab a little bit of like butter out of a pouch, and you kind of like slick the window with it and push up, and you slide inside of your own room, and you see it. What does Berdalar's room look like?
It's pretty sparse for the most part. Like he's got a few knickknacks sitting on a desk. And it's akin to a writing desk, but it's more so like a project desk. It's where he spends his time if he needs to like try and put something together, or if he's got some clues that he's looking at and just isn't quite sure how to figure it out.
It's corkboard red thread kind of place. Yeah.
Oh no! The corkboard red thread is in the closet, which is a full on like behind all of his clothes. Yeah. It's a full wall of like specific like clues that he's picked up for the past 3 years and has a lot to add to today.
Yeah,
like a lot to add to today.
Okay.
This is his Sons of Honor board.
As you stand, is that actually what you're working on right now? Is Berdalar?
Well, first he's gonna throw on a new pair of clothes, so hopefully his mom and his sister don't notice that he's been out all night. That's the goal.
Yeah, for sure.
Throw on a new, like a new undershirt under the coat, a new pair of slacks.
Yep.
And then he's gonna work on the board for a couple minutes.
Give me a deduction.
Less good. 8.
8. You add a couple of things to the board. It's already filled with, you have the name Klim. You have a few descriptions of guardsmen upon the board. You're looking at, there's caravans that have headed out of Kholinar towards the Shattered Plains, and these guards typically make these exact trips. You've intercepted a span read communication or two, and there's been mention of the Sons of Honor, and none of it, nothing of consequence. Very banal. This circumstance that you find yourself in now seems to be the first really concrete thing that will lead you to the Sons of Honor in a really meaningful way. And with an 8, I think the thing that you come to a pretty stark realization, which is that with the information that you've been given about Klim and about the Sons of Honor meetups that happen within that establishment, and the fact that they're operating fairly openly within the guards, it's come time to come face to face with a few of them. You have enough information. You have enough to really make a move at this point. It's sort of you've crossed the Rubicon from simply watching and waiting and collecting to you need to get your hands on one of these people or listen in on one of their actual physical meetings and be there and be present. Because what you have right now it isn't enough to nail them on anything. It isn't incriminating in any meaningful way, and you're a little bit worried that with the current state of affairs with the Queen, that justice is falling a little bit by the wayside. Sure, you might be able to get one of them executed if they cross the Queen, but at the end of the day, it's kind of falling on deaf ears. So that's the consensus that you come to looking at your board with the new information.
Yeah. I am going to put one more pair of glyphs on the board. Just not even connected to anything, but just put them up in the corner, and it just says the words. It's just the glyph ward for word.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, totally.
And then he's gonna go out into the kitchen, the main the living area of the house.
Your mom's sitting back. She's eating her favorite snack, candied nuts, and they're ever present. She's sitting back on a couch and seems to be writing a letter. It seems to be to likely one of your cousins in actual Herdaz, and
one of those cousins.
Yeah, one of your cousins. And your sister is busy. She seems to be sitting there. She watches you as you come into the room. And she looks at you. She's like, Goncho, you look like you haven't slept in about 3 days. Hey?
All right, Nako, you're so funny. And he's gonna walk up, and he's just going to push her head down into whatever she's working on. She's writing, just push it right down into the paper.
She
Nate
does just kind of she's like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Your mom looks up from what she's working on though. Where you been?
Oh, working. And he's gonna walk up and give her a kiss on the forehead.
Her nose wrinkles. You smell like violet, bad chowder wraps, and even worse decisions. What's going on?
No, I've been working. I wanted to see how you've been doing. You know, with all the craziness going on. I mean, I'm sure you heard about the Ardent and all that.
Dalinar's balls, Bear. You didn't
What
come
about
home
him?
last night.
No, I was working a case.
Yeah? Is that what you was
Yeah.
doing? Is that what you was doing? No. You was worrying me sick. You didn't think to come back to your mother?
Well, I didn't think that you would be that concerned. It's just one night. I'm out all the time, out late.
I was up all night. Queen killed an Ardent.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I got a little caught up in some things.
What happened? You can tell me.
It's work.
Did you get paid for it?
I did, yeah.
And rent's due.
Right, how much are we short this go?
Well, I mean, I just need 10 chips, but
Oh, yeah.
for my share.
No, I can, no, I got the rest. Don't worry about it. I'll stop by Rave before I head out today.
One of my cousins said that you was by the palace.
Oh. Yeah, no, I was working for one of the guards, you know. It was a good gig.
So you was at the palace about 3 hours before there was an Ardent executed, and the guards all went crazy, and there was nobody in the streets. And that's not related at all, right? Is that what we're saying?
Oddly enough, I'm not sure if it is or not. Yet. I'm figuring it out.
I probably shouldn't know.
No. Although, do me a favour. Just keep an eye out on things. I think some people might be getting a little bit big for their britches, so just be safe.
So, as you're talking, the room has started filling with several other Herdazian folk. They're coming in from some of the rooms in the second floor. A couple of them coming in from the kitchen with steaming plates of spiced meats and fruits and vegetables. There's some stewed and steamed. Oh my god, I always forget the grain. The grain in
Lavis
grain. Yeah. Lavis grain, and they're all sitting around and they're making merry, and it's a very Herdazian morning. People are, hanging out, they're playing cards, they start filling into the room, and your mother's, making small talk with a few of them, and then your sister comes and stands up. She looks at you. You're in big shit.
Oh, what did I do this time?
Well, Mum's right pissed with you.
Oh, no, she's fine. We just talked.
No, she's not. Because she says that there's been somebody lurking outside your window every single friggin' night. Somebody creepy, out in the dark, and they seem to be waiting for you. And you said that you'd never bring trouble home. And now we've got trouble at home. So you's in shit. And she ain't gonna say nothing to you, and she's gonna try to fix it all herself. But here we are, and I go and I rush up to that window, and I scream bloody murder. And this is your fault, Billah. This is your fault.
It might be. So what did you see? What did he look like?
Well, it was dark. We ain't exactly...
Okay, size, shape. Is he big? Is he small?
The size and shape of a person. I couldn't know. Every time I go to the fucking window, the storming window, there's somebody lurking there. And then by the time I got the window open, we're not exactly in the most well-lit part of the city. Ain't sphere lamps sitting on every street corner. So no, I don't get a good look at them, and they seem to disappear out of thin air. It scares the daylights out of me. And then I'm screaming at the top of my lungs for them to get out of the street and quit watching us. And then people are thinking I'm the sixth fool.
Well, they're not wrong about that.
This ain't about me. Bear Law. Take this seriously. It's scaring Mum. It's scary.
I do. Trust me. Okay. I'm gonna give you something, okay? And I know that it's probably not polite or right or whatever, but I want you to hold on to it for me, okay?
Yeah,
just in case.
Yeah. What is it? Is it money?
And he just pulls out his knife from the inside of his coat, and he goes,
Okay, you hold on to that for me, all right?
Jezerez nuts, Bear Law. I'm not a knife fighter.
I know it's nice. No, but it's not that hard.
What am I going to do? Slash out at the shadow in the middle of the night? People are going to think I'm even crazier than I am.
I'm just saying, if somebody comes to the door or comes to my window and they try breaking in, you put the pointy end inside of them.
You
Usually
think we
they're
ain't
gonna run
got
away.
kitchen knives?
It's better than a kitchen knife.
Well, first of all, you don't know how sharp Mom's knives are these nights. You haven't been home. Second of all, I'll take it. Give me the knife. Give me the knife, Bear Law. Give me it. Give me the stolen thing.
And I am sorry if whoever this is creeping on me, but I'm going to take care of it, okay?
Well, one of the cousins thinks it might be two people.
At the same time?
That's what they said. He said one of the nights it wasn't just one, it was two of them. Scared absolute storming lights out of me. They've been here
Okay, I've only
every
got the
night.
one knife, so...
Well, I've been here every night. 4 days.
They've been here for 4 days.
4 days.
Damnation. That's not good. I mean, it's probably fine.
I wouldn't say that.
Look, Miala. Do you trust me?
No. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take care of it. Okay?
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
Well, it's just, if she goes like Dad,
I'll finish your sentence.
well, I didn't think I had to.
No, you want to bring it up, then finish your sentence.
You ain't never home.
You want to talk?
Yeah, all right. You ain't never home. You're off gallivanting around and you're stirring up trouble with these storming sons of whatever, and you keep saying that you're going to fix things and you're going to handle it, and now we've got shadowy people hanging outside of windows, and you got Mom scared half to death, and we've got absolutely no solutions to it, and you're the most capable person that I know. Why do you think we got so many cousins in the house? It's because we
did think that there was maybe a couple more than there was last time, yeah.
So yeah, if Mum's going to end up like Dad, how's he going to feel if you was out drinking and carrying on?
No one's gonna do that to Mum.
If it was going to happen, it was going to happen while you was out at some wine house getting drunk and playing cards. That's when it was going to happen. You got responsibilities to this family. To me.
Yeah. I know.
Well, quit being a layabout.
I'm what? Okay.
You can't go drinking and call it information gathering every single time.
Except I got some pretty good information when I did it.
Yeah, did the bottom of the cup tell you?
No, the bottom of the cup did not.
Yeah,
but
all right.
if
Well,
I
did
hadn't
the
have been
third
there,
one? You don't need to do what you're doing, is what I'm saying. You could come home every once in a while. It's been 4 days, Bella.
I'm home right now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Now, and I'm going to stay here for a little while, but I do have some things to take care of, okay? I gotta go pay the rent.
Yeah.
I gotta go make sure that Rave knows to watch for creepy people outside my window.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I got a secret. Come here. I'm gonna tell you something. Come here.
You're not gonna
He pulls her
headbutt
into his
me
room.
again. Yeah, he comes in. Or she comes in, yeah.
Okay. Now, you can't tell Mum this, but I am going to commit a heist.
Why?
Because there is some very important information that the Ardentia is hiding from people, and I'm going to liberate it.
You're robbing Ardents now.
No,
That's actually
the
exactly what you
Ardentia,
just
it's
said.
different. No, I said I'm robbing the Ardentia, it's different. I wouldn't rob an Ardent, but I'll rob the Ardentia. It's two different things. I wouldn't rob a god, but I would rob the god's men, you know? I wouldn't rob a noble, but I would rob the nobles.
The
It's
look
different.
of incredulity that comes across your sister's face is something to behold. When you say words, do you think maybe they're stupid?
No,
You've never like figured it in your own head. Oh, that's the dumbest storming thing I've ever had come out of my mouth, and it's like the crazy. Who with by yourself?
no, here's the trick. If
Okay.
everything you say is storming mad, then the odds of you saying the maddest storming thing you've ever said, really low. Yeah,
You're robbing the Ardentia,
yeah,
the Ardents.
yeah.
I know they're not really in good favor with the Queen, but like they've got lots of money, and a lot of them can use swords. And you're pretty handy with a blade, but like if I put you up against an Ardentia swordmaster, I think I'd give them the win every time, and I'd see you full of holes.
I'm not gonna fight any of them.
Well, you think you're just gonna do it without getting caught? Like you're just walking in and
Yeah.
you'll be like, oh yeah, I'll take these fears, please, and then you just walk out. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
If you get caught, I'm not bailing you out.
Mostly, I just wanted someone to know if I got caught, that's where I'd be.
Yeah, all right. I'll send you a letter in prison, in crazy, get beat up and fed gruel prison, lava screen made from soul casters. I hope it tastes horrible.
Nako, you are really sweet. I can't read.
I'll write you a glyph that says you're dumb every day. I'll send it right to your cell every day, every single day. It's just a glyph that says idiot.
You are my favorite sister.
You are my least favorite brother. And it's not even. You are my only brother, really. But you're my
No,
least
I know.
favorite. Yeah, you get it right.
No, I do.
Yeah, you're the worst. You're the worst. You're the worst person. I'll listen. Keep me in the loop. You let me know if you're in danger. I'll do what I can. I'll send the cousins in to run a bit of interference. The family will help you out. I'm not going to tell them anything. I'm just going to tell
Just
them
don't.
they've got to be.
No, yeah, no, don't tell him why.
No, they don't need to know.
That's
why.
between me and you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Nako, I trust you, okay?
Well, yeah, you just got home, but I think you should leave.
Whoa!
Well, you just
Can I
had a bunch
take a
of
nap
really-
first?
Like, don't you have some harlot's bed to sleep in? Like, can't you just go and do that instead? Like, don't you have some wayward, waifish thing that you can sleep beside for a night instead of coming in here and stinking up the joint? You don't even have a bath. You smell like wine and sin. Tell me I'm wrong. Look me in the eyes. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm going to go have a bath.
It's a fantastic idea. Get the fleas off you.
Pushes her out of his room.
Yeah.
Before he bursts into laughter.
Yeah, she's
And maybe some
she's
tears.
legitimately like chuckling to herself as she gets out. Oh, my brother stinks. Do we feel like that's a pretty appropriate place to zoom out from Bear?
I think it's very important to know that Bear doesn't have a lot of luxuries in his life, but he does have a bubble bath.
Okay, absolutely. What scent?
As he deserves.
Yeah, what scent?
I don't know, something floral,
Like sage or lavender. Something like that.
lavender more than say. Yeah,
Lavender,
very like
yeah.
floral, like
a nice
very
floral,
pretty.
a nice floral, yeah, for sure. You have some crushed up rock buds that flower nicely in the summer times between weepings, and yeah, you crush them up, you throw them in the bath, you lather up some bubbles, and you have a good soak. I think we can sort of allow this to not be a roll. You have a little bit of it. You have a moment. You have a flash of insight. The bath water's disgusting. You were gross. You were super gross. And being red to filth so sharply sort of leads you to believe, hey, this might affect your line of work. Because you can sneak and you can be as quiet as you want, but if the enemy smells you, that's another problem.
No, that's fair, but it's been 4 days. He needed something.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Okay, we'll zoom out from Berdelar, tastefully obscured by the heat and bubbles. It's at this time that we are going to zoom out, and we're going to come back in with, I think, yeah, Fira. If you were to take a morning to yourself and do all of your regular routines, outside of the actual guardhouse itself, the the rank and file military barracks, like in the quarters where you would find Tirael, where would you find him? Where is somewhere that you two could find a common place to sit down and have a discussion that was of a more sensitive nature? With all the hustle and bustle of the guardhouse and it being an open office of his, where would you want to have a conversation with him that would be a little more low-key?
It's a good question. I'm wondering if there would be like a library alcove or somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Within the military structures, there's plenty of more like administratum locations, places where war plans are made and where like a lot of the bureaucracy happens. A place filled with light eyes women who are the scribes for the military figures within Kholinar, and you sequester yourself and you find time and a location where you will not be disturbed. You find a clerical office of some junior administrator that you can completely take for yourself. You are there first, as this is your meeting place. Is there anything that you would like to do before Tirael arrives?
She's definitely feeling nervous. So I think what she does when she's like most nervous is just copying down some glyph prayers in her journal.
You copy down.
So she's just gonna go through that.
Yeah, you do a routine. You start copying down glyphs, prayers, things like hope, enlightenment, things like safety. Prayers to the Almighty that ward off confusion and distress, mystery, these kinds of things. You just do lines upon lines of these glyphs, and eventually Tirael comes in. He is in full military uniform, the Kholinar blue, trimmed with a little bit of darker blue and gold, buttons all down. He is a soldier of the family Kholin. Almost unlike most others, he clearly looks up to someone like Dalinar, someone like Adolin, someone like, even Amaram, with pressed military uniform, starched to perfection, perfect posture. And he comes into the room, he quietly closes the door behind him, he folds his hands behind his back, stands at a parade rest, and looks to you, copying down these glyphs, and says, "So, you needed to see me somewhere other than my office. I'd like to know
The second he walked in, Vera jumped up and was at attention, and bowed in respect. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry to pull you away. It was about what you'd asked of me the other day. May I have permission to speak frankly?
Go on.
I've been thinking about your warning regarding the Ardentia, and that attacks might be directed in their direction, and you asked me to listen. I've been listening, and I just had some questions, I think, to help me understand.
Well, I have kept myself educated as much as I can for matters of the Ardentia within Kholinar, so however I can help, but I will still ask, why specifically do we need a space that is so private? It is a little bit unorthodox to have a female subaltern ask for my presence in a place like this instead of my office, or perhaps a more public address.
Forgive me, sir. I didn't think of the implications involved. I used to be able to meet, and she's going to trail off. Regardless, I apologize for if this. We're more than welcome to meet in your office if that is more preferable.
I can tell that you're nervous about something. I'm merely curious as to the circumstances. We can be here. That is fine.
With your request of me to listen, to hear, to see if there's any attacks being planned, the Ardent that attacked the Queen, he was in the wrong. So wouldn't you think that people would see that and they wouldn't turn to attack the faith in response?
I think that is a little naive. That is a very optimistic way of looking at the situation, but not everyone sees the Ardentia the way that you do. Some see them as money hoarders, that they are given extravagance, that they create a divide, that they speak the words of their faith into the ears of our leaders, and now that our leaders have rebuked them, or at least in one circumstance that, well, now two, it leaves room for a very dangerous schism. Some people want a separation of the Vorin authority and that of the royal family.
I agree, but I can't help but also wonder if those who might have other motives will use this to attack the Ardentia or pursue whatever motives they might have to attack the faith, using this wayward ardent who tried to poison the queen as their reasoning for their actions. And so it caused me to wonder, and forgive me again for my curiosity, and please do tell me if I'm overstepping, what are there things that others might seek to get within the Ardentia?
Are you speaking of items that the Ardentia possess that others may want?
Could be items, it could be knowledge.
It's no secret that the Ardentia hold the soul casters that keep our society afloat. It is no secret that they house the most vast repositories of knowledge. Some of the texts contain very sensitive things, writings from the heralds, writings from queens and kings of old. It could be a plethora of things, and it is no secret that the Ardentia, while they do not own property, they are given certain wealth to do the things that they need to do, spheres to light their way. They are given fabrials to heat and to comfort. They are afforded things that the common man are typically not. And thus, yes, there is much that a common man or criminal may wish to take from them. I can imagine a dozen reasons why someone would want to attack the Ardentia. Some are not happy with Vorinism, and they are looking for any excuse. There are those that follow other faiths. There are those that follow no faiths. And if the rumors are to be believed, at the very height of our society, the Queen, they are displeased. They wish to live a life that is more unfettered. It is not my place to say whether that is right or wrong.
Yes, sir. I think of the knowledge that is held in these places, and I do wonder what could be so threatening or dangerous that someone would want to attack it.
Well, Vorinism, our faith, the heralds, they speak words that are very warlike. We will all find glory within the Tranquiline halls, and we will fight that last battle.
Yeah.
But it is the examples of men like the Blackthorn, like the kings before him, even Elakar today, that give people pause. the writings, the teachings. Vorinism, and he pauses. There's a distinct understanding here. And he's sort of, you can see he's starting to clue in on why the two of you are having this conversation in private. Pauses and he looks at you. He narrows his gaze a little bit. The teachings of Vorinism, and Vorinism as a whole, the Ardentia, the standing armies of King, Queen, our nation, Yakavad, and more, all of our high princes. It is a machine of war. The soulcasters provide grain and shelter. The ardents, women and men, are allowed to research and train unfettered. And those methods, those researches, they move towards the war machine. I'm sure you've heard. There are fabrials that can heat, that can collect energies. They're being used not to bring just hot water into the home of those of Kholinar, or pump water into the wells. They're being used to keep armies afloat, keep our span reeds running. And a lot of people link that to Vorinism and the Ardentia. They would see it fall. They would see us stop being warmongers, to be blunt. A infrastructure which I am very much a part of. We are conquerors. We have found our focus in the Shattered Plains, and now Irathiru. But the reality is, what is the danger, you ask? What is the danger within the halls of the Devotaries?
Yes.
It is exactly what I have listed. It is the people. It is the soulcasters. It is the fabrials. It is the books upon books of ways to make war. Of religious texts that tell you that making war is the way forward. That expansionism and the destruction of your enemies is holy and just. That is what is dangerous. Whether or not I believe in it is another matter. I am not the Almighty. I don't get to judge. But if you need to know, that specifically is what I believe will be under attack.
Yes. Thank you, sir. One of the main tenets of good strategy is understanding motive. And so I want to know what we need to prepare for.
Why are you so curious?
It was a job you assigned me, sir.
The job I assigned you was less expansive than what we're going over here. The hows and the whys. So, truly, your curiosity goes a little further. It gets into a bit more philosophical territory. If you have a worry about the faith being under attack, I would say you should likely go and speak to an Ardent. A lot of us are having a crisis these days. The Radiance...
Just gonna take note.
Radiance have returned. We cannot rebuke that any further. And it seems as if our good king is gallivanting around with them. There's one they call Stormblessed. And if the rumors about him are to be believed, then one of these newly awakened Radiance is a better man than many I've known. And that gives me pause. I have heard a rumor about you.
Yes, sir?
I believe that you should move to a different quarters. I think something perhaps outside of the barracks. A place with less windows. There's a living quarters that is nearby my office. No windows, very private. I think that might be best if you move there.
I understand, sir. Thank you.
I hope you do.
Thank you again for meeting with me. And for sharing this insight. I still hope to report back any words that I hear, or threats, or rumors of a potential attack or talk.
I worry about the future of our city. I worry about the conduct of our own guard. I worry about our citizens, and I have a distinct worry that things are going to get worse here before they get better, and it is going to take every single man, woman, and child to hold together the ideals that we have created here. Discipline and hope, and for many, warrior tradition. I'm going to take my leave of you. I will be within my office if you need anything else, but perhaps for a day or two, try not to need anything else.
Of course, sir. Thank you.
Tirael gets up, gives a very starched salute, and then marches out the door. Metallic hobnailed boots clacking against the stone. Do we feel that that's a pretty appropriate place to zoom out from Fira? Okay.
Yep. My heart's racing.
We love it. We love it. All right. Now, it's here that we are going to zoom back in on a quiet little quaint shop in the middle of the trades ward of Kholinar. Alshir is working up at the front, keeping people busy, keeping them out of the basement. And it's down below that we find Alstrom. Alstrom. You stand with an ingot of aluminum, a metal press, rollers, something to push through and make thread from, wires. You have copper sitting flattened in a sheet on another table, a set of sharp steel shears ready to cut things into shapes, the heat of a heating fabrial warming up a forge surface. You're sitting in the light of many spheres, chips, and even a few bromes of various sizes used to like keep lit in locked cages in the corners of the rooms. And the only person here for your company is a little swirling pattern of geometric shapes and lines that seems to be flitting all around this fabrial in progress. Can I ask exactly what Alstrom is actually working on in his laboratory?
Alstrom is trying to replicate the like wet mud or creme. He's seen and heard tales of Radiance that are able to kind of do that, like turn an area into like mud or creme for a short period of time, and then like stop and hold people or things like that. So he's trying to like get the right spren captured in a gemstone to recreate that.
I'm going to ask for a crafting check.
It's a good thing I'm good at crafting.
I've seen the sheet, yeah. You are pretty decent at crafting, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Ooh, 22.
A 22. You've cataloged a variety of spren that have come and been sort of summoned by this specific instance. You've started to collect and create different alloys of metal in specific in specific ratios to push spren in a direction towards this thing or attract them, etc. And you've had some success in the past. You've had mud spren, you think, but then it just turns out to be like a wayward river or water spren, like attracted to the moisture. You've seen frustration spren pop up in the middle of it. You've seen awe spren when you look at the actual the right concoction. You're like, I'm sure this is exactly it, or you get the alloys in a way that's like really intriguing. You see wave settles upon this, very likely a container of mud. Like it's a metallic bowl, so to speak, of mud. And wave settles into the muck. You're looking for odd spren.
What? Yeah. It's I feel like I've seen them before, but I'm having a hard time like getting them to come out. Have you seen them before? Do you know what I'm looking for?
You're looking for what you think is mud. Dirty spren.
Do you think I should be looking for something else?
What do you want it to do?
I wanted to turn into mud.
You want it
Or
to
creme,
be
I guess. Should I look for creme spread, maybe?
mud, maybe creme. I think it's different than what you think. There are spren that are awake. They are bigger and they are better, like me.
Are any of them in the room?
None in the room. It's...
But no, besides you.
You have dummy spren all around you. Ha, ha, ha. That was a joke.
The wave, that was pretty good. I've never seen dumb spren before, but
I doubt it.
You are on fire today.
I think you want a special spren.
Mm-hmm.
You need to say the right words. And maybe I can help.
Like, please and thank you?
Wave gets a weird vibration. Not one that you've heard out of him in the past couple of days. Seems not agitated, but a little... You don't usually ask for permission. Wouldn't start now. You'll know them. Maybe. If I'm right, and I'm usually right. Smart.
Yeah, you've been pretty on it the past couple of days.
I'm coming back more and remembering more. Learning.
You mean like you've been here before? This isn't your first time?
No. There was another before you. He said the words.
Like your ex or something? What words though?
You will say them, or you will not.
I mean, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds pretty true.
I think... Oh. You see... I'm going to let you describe it because it's technically your creation, and this will be a bit of narrative for you, but you see waves start to like lift up out of the mud as a spren starts to spring up out of this concoction. Can you please describe to me the exact looks of this spren and what you do as it comes out?
I picture Muck from Pokemon.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's totally valid. That's totally valid.
This little slime guy. And I think Awe Spren or like Surprise Spren pop out and just like, what? Oh, like, okay. Wave, are you seeing this? Oh, of course you're seeing this. You're right there. Hold on. Let me get. And I grab the gemstone I prepared and various like aluminum plates and try and like shepherd the little mud spren into the like towards the gemstone, like hovering like above the bowl.
As this,
hey there, little guy.
As this spren peeks up out of the out of this mud and muck and goop, it just kind of wallows and like flops around. There doesn't seem to be a lot of connection there. It seems a little tenuous. It like floats down back into the muck and floats back up out of it. And it seems as if it's, it seems very much as if it's not holding its form really, really well.
Can I... well, like, Spren are attracted to their stuff. So, like, can I somehow make more mud or, like, maybe kind of, like, splash more into the mud that I've made to get it, like, moving more?
Yeah, you start like grabbing more of the muck, and you're kind of, you know, you're grabbing this stuff. You get it all over your hands. You grab a couple of tools to like handle it, and as you're doing this, Wave is like herding this muck spren, this like goop spren, and you hear these vibrations, and you see the muck sort of vibrate in like these ripples as he flits around in the mud. He says, mud. Be good. Stop moving. Be
Come on, little buddy.
solid.
It's okay.
No, you're being too nice. Mud spread.
Okay, so you have a job to do. It's going to be good. You are going to enjoy it.
You'll like it.
The big job. It's going to be very fun. You are going to protect and help lots and lots of people.
That's right. You're going to be a warden. And you are
going to save lives.
A lifesaver.
Ooh, candy sounds good.
Yes.
But wait. All right. Come on. You know you want. This is gonna be. And I dip the like gemstone into the mud. It's gonna be so fun.
So, this muck spren, this disgusting little oozing, undulating creature, it is very suddenly ripped into the gem and then spit out.
What? What?
Too malleable.
Too malleable?
How are you going to make something into mud and then into rock when it's just mud?
I was going to try and just like touch the stone to things and maybe it like turns it into mud? I don't know.
Maybe wrong gem. Wrong metals. More
Okay.
research.
Do I have other gems I could try?
Yeah, so the muckspren kind of sits here and undulates for a while. There's cause, effect. It's sucked into the gem. It's spit out. You create this cage that's around it. And eventually, through a mixture of copper wound around aluminum with a big ruby brome right in the middle of it, you finally do it. You capture this mud spren. It is sucked in to the device. It fits into the palm of your hand or onto the back of a glove, and you've done it. It's stable. It's in your hand. This is a new fabrial. You've researched this for months and months. This is the culmination of untold hours, untold nights. It is aching hands. It is sore back. It is tired eyes. It is cups of tea on missing appointments. It almost culminated in you being caught because of the laser focus that you've had. In fact, Feraniel caught you because you were so focused on this task, and it took the help of a talking spren, but it's here. It's in your hand. You made a new fabrial, all on your own.
Okay. Now, we got to go see if this works. What do we do first?
Use it on the wall.
And I just like reach towards the nearest wall. Even like there's like a bunch of my papers and notes still that I reach in the middle of.
You, in a moment of excitement and ill-guided advice from Wave, you press this fabrial against the wall, and you see little motes of stormlight push out of the fabrial. And it seems to do almost nothing for a moment, the wall holding its cohesion. And then it begins to slump. It starts to sag. And you've turned roughly a 3-foot round area into what amounts to muck out of solid stone.
No, it wasn't. Why would you tell me to
pressing
the wall?
You start pressing it back. Why would you listen to me? I don't know anything about fabrials. This is mad. That's the foundation.
You told me earlier you were smart and you knew things. What the heck?
Maybe I'm a dumb spren. Ah.
I guess I have been hanging out with the dumb spren all along.
Fix the wall. Fix the wall. Fix the wall. Mm. And it's not enough to damage the foundation of the house. It's not enough to cause any real harm. And once you've cleared away the muck that permeated a few feet into the wall, you see the very drastic results of what you've just done. You think of the implications. You could turn solid stone into mud and make it almost instantaneous to clear out an area for land development. You think that it could be used to, travel between walls. You could easily redevelop houses. You think of all the ways that it can help people, and you live in Kholinar. You are a Thalen man, and you understand a couple of very specific things about the world. And your mind immediately goes to things like, this could be very simply used to subvert city walls in a siege. This could very, very easily completely decimate the walls and structure underneath a lighthouse that's used for safety. You think of all of these different ways that this could be used to harm.
Be pretty good for a heist. Haha.
And your mind finally goes to the fact that this would make it pretty damn easy to just walk through the walls of the Devotary and get what you needed. So, with Wave sitting there, sounding triumphant, if a little bashful that you wrecked the wall, you sit with your new invention in hand. And it's the first time that you've really created something. And you feel this itch in the back of your mind. You want to speak. You feel words start to form. And you feel cold on your breath. And it just doesn't quite come yet. It just doesn't quite come yet. But you do notice the lights in the basement grow a little dim, and you feel more invigorated than you ever have in your entire life. Blood is thundering in your ears. Your hands are steadier than they've ever been. And when you breathe out, can I please get, really quickly, I think it's going to be a lore.
Dirty 20.
Your vision shifts. You see your house dissolve. And you're suddenly standing atop an entire ocean of glass. Thousands and thousands of spheres clacking together, and you drop into them. Your head is barely above the deluge of glass beads. There is a dark and cold sun stretching shadows towards it. Pillars and monuments of glass are on the horizon. You look up, you start to thrash, you try to reach for anything, and the only things that you see up above as your mouth fills with spheres, is this abrupt, horrid creature streaking across the sky, towing behind it what appears to be a ship through the glass. You're reaching for anything that resembles safety. You grab a sphere, and that sphere feels like the safety of metal, the solidity of alloys and the laboratory. And as you cough out more spheres that fill your mouth, you are suddenly home. You are suddenly back, coughing on the floor. And you see that as your senses come back to you, as you return to lucidity, that your entire workstation, the wood of the table, the copper wiring that is atop it, the mud, the different devices, the tools, everything has been cast into the purest aluminum.
What in damnation was that? The Dalinar's balls? What the heck? Ah! Wave. What? Did you... was that... What the... What happened?
I followed you.
You were there? You were there too?
I was. You are close. And Wave disappears.
Wave, what? Wave! I look over at my desk. Oh no. Uh-oh.
You know,
So it's just like one now solid huge of aluminum?
You know that aluminum is insanely valuable upon Roshar.
This is bad, but very, very good. Oh.
You have essentially created a small fortune inside of your basement. Things that will fuel the fabrials that you have to come for months, perhaps years. Aluminum is very regulated within the city. It is used by artifabrians within the Ardentia. It is used by the royal family, and that is about it. You buy yours.
Probably tracked, yeah.
You buy yours from licensed traders that are allowed to purchase and sell aluminum. You know that if you try to sell this, you're completely out of luck. If you attempt to trade this, you are completely out of luck. It's not the money that you're looking at, though. You have a basement full of potential now. This will likely fuel your entire experimental line for the next however long you're free to craft and create. You see this as a ticket to innovation. Although you are horrified at the implications of what just happened. Ardentia used soulcasters to create things out of materials that should never be. And you have a very sobering thought. It is in the tales of old that the Radiance had the powers of the Ardents. That they had miracles at their fingertips. You don't know what powers they had, but you have heard all of the stories that they were vile, and that they were horrifying, that they were cast out, and that they betrayed all of mankind. And It's been a long time since you've seen a miracle outside of the Ardents. But you can't explain this any other way.
Sheer is not going to believe this. Oh,
Alstrom!
I'm gonna have to clean this up. What?
Alstrom!
Are you hungry? We can have lunch.
I heard a loud bang. Are you okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
I
I
come
was
down there?
successful. No. I'll show up there.
I feel like I should come down. I feel like I should
No,
come down. I'm coming down there.
No.
You're being
Okay.
weird. Okay, I'm coming down. We're going to zoom out in a moment, but Alshir does... You hear the steps coming downstairs. You see Alshir look upon the room. You should come and get a sandwich.
It's aluminum,
You should
pure
come- You
aluminum.
should come and get a sandwich. We can talk about this later. I think you should. I think I need a drink. And Alshir and you head upstairs. And we are going to zoom out from Alstrom. Folks, that was the first half, the front half of our story this evening. We are going to take a very quick human break. I hope you all stick around. I got a request for everybody, real quick. I'm gonna look into the camera for this one. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your garbage collector, tell your local congressperson, tell your local Jolly Bees fry cook. I would like you to tell everyone that you can that Another World Tabletop is live right now, telling stories within the Cosmere upon Roshar, the Stormlight Archives. Please. Most importantly of all, tell your dog we love them. We will see you in a quick 10 minutes, and we'll catch you on the flip-flop. Stick around. Hi, everyone. We are back. I have an important question for everybody at home. Did you tell your dog that we love them? I sure hope so, because I love your dog. We return off of that very intense scene with Alstrom, and we are going to actually zoom in on Feraniel. I would like to ask, where would Feraniel... This is a bad way to put it. Where would Feraniel corner Nev so that Nev doesn't just leave? Where would be a mutual space that you two would share that felt like welcoming enough to have a real dialogue? Where would we find that?
So I feel like Fira would frame it. Well, Fira would frame this like trying to meet as like, let's talk strategy about what we're planning, considering that's her bread and butter. So
it's a tough
Nev,
call.
I'm also open. Yeah, if you have ideas.
I would say that barring that, it might be a better idea to have lobbed the idea to Nev, and we can ask Nev specifically, where would you want to meet with Feraniel if they had requested like a tete-a-tete with you?
Probably a like low, non-oriented bar, wine house.
It's easy. It could just be the spark flicker.
It's a place we both know now, so
Yeah, it's a mutually shared establishment. You know, Bertalar goes there, so there's very likely, a little bit of skullduggery that occurs there. There's less transparency than in other places. They might obfuscate.
The food was good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the chowder was delicious. Sure. Yeah. Okay. As you to sort of connoiter within the establishment. The lady that runs the place hooks you up with a private booth, a place in the corner where you can sit aside and sort of have a private conversation. She passes off a carafe of orange, which for those people at home, I talk about these things. You'll excuse me if there's some terms that you don't really understand, but orange and colors in general are usually used to denote different shades and strengths of wine. Orange, wine. But orange
All
is...
alcohol is wine on Roshar, pretty much, except for like
chicken.
one or two things.
Yeah, very specifically one or two things that are very regional. So orange is considered a very, very light beverage in the same vein as like a early settlers small beer, something to drink, in the morning or with a meal without getting drunk. So you're passed off a carafe of orange and a small platter of little appetizer treats, little lavish grain sandwiches, some little like chol tidbits that have been sauced and spiced nicely, etc., etc. The main thing is the lady leaves a note on the table, which says simply, it's face up. It's not anything that's too terribly obfuscated, but there is a note that says, a friend of Berdalar's is a friend of the Spark Flicker. If you need to see our special menu, please just ask.
Navali,
Yes.
thank you for meeting. I think we need to talk. I trust this is definitely much more your wheelhouse, as I'm sure you're aware, and all of this makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but like any good plan, we could use a clear outline of what we're going to do. At least enough to understand our risks.
All right. We can do that. I have pretty well outlined generally what we will be doing. I expect...
All right, we can start there.
So you want me to repeat everything I told you all yesterday?
I just wasn't sure if there was more details, specifics to discuss that we could discuss and elaborate on.
What would you like to know?
Well, and she's going to pull out her notebook. Well, what do we know so far? So the Ardents, they follow structured routines. If we can track their cycles and prayer times, and we'll know when certain areas are the most empty, right? Have we marked down any of that yet?
I plan on doing that tomorrow.
Okay, great. E? You're thinking ahead.
Guard rotations. I already have someone on the inside who will be taking care of crowd control. We really just need to worry about the guards getting in and getting out.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to, or you plan to scope out some exit routes? Maybe an alternative one if one happens to become blocked?
I know the city very well. I expect it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Okay, but that's you, and there are other people with us.
Yeah.
So, did we decide if if Berdalar and I will be doing running a distraction?
I'm going to speak with our employer. She keeps it vague. I'm going to speak with our employer and see if he will provide the funds to bribe the guards.
Yes.
Guards are generally speaking, no offense, a corrupt sort. So it's pretty easy to get them to do what I want, if we have the money for it. The spheres
True.
for it. The path of
All
least
right.
resistance is generally the best one, and also the one that ensures that people stay alive. If you prefer to make a big, flashy distraction, we can certainly do that.
It wasn't going to be flashy. It was just going to be inquiring, very insistently inquiring on some knowledge that we absolutely needed to know. And it honestly wouldn't be the first time. First time I'd make a distraction, but I'm not honestly seeking knowledge from the Ardentia.
I see.
How do you feel about all of this? What the specific mission? I'm not talking about your other work.
I feel that I am on the cusp of something better for myself.
Do you feel like you're getting that way through the outcome that we will be getting? Should we be successful, or do you feel like it's more of a connections sort of thing?
Connections, yeah. That pretty well describes what I'm looking for.
Hmm. So you trust this man?
No, I don't trust anyone.
There just seems something feels really off with all of this, if I'm being honest.
Of course it does. He's using us.
And you're okay with that?
That is how transactions go. One person uses you, and in return, you get something.
And you don't care why he's using us.
Doesn't matter to me. I have no love for the Ardentia, you know that.
Yes, but what if this makes things worse? For not just the Ardentia, Nevali.
When you say things, what do you mean?
Well, you can I'm sure you can pick up on the tension in the city.
There's always
You
tension
saw
in
what
the city,
happened.
but yes, I did, and I watched it happen. Bird's eye view was interesting. Never seen someone get beheaded from above before.
Horrible. But I don't want to contribute to something that is going to push this city over the edge. And I don't know enough about this man or why he wants it.
Chronicle, the worst thing you can ask when you get involved with people like this is why. The worst thing you could do is ask for more information than what they hand to you. Because if you start sniffing around and asking questions, you end up dead in an alleyway. That's how this world works.
And
It has never
I do not understand your world. I know that. But I'm trying to here.
I know. Let me ask you something, because I think it will help me understand you a little better. Have you ever killed someone before?
No.
That makes sense.
I suppose in asking the question, I don't have to ask to know your answer. I'm sorry.
I did what had to be done. I don't relish it. But when you've seen as much death as I have, it changes you. It changes how you look at things. It's a new perspective that most people don't have. People like you. I don't fault you for that. I don't try to change you the way you try to change me.
I just see a better path for you. I saw you helping those children, and you don't have to pretend that you don't care. I see how you care.
Of course I care. They're my responsibility. And they work for me. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. If I lose assets, it means I need to train new ones. And yes, I do treat them like friends. Because they are. But the same is true for what I just said. It can be both, and it is.
Okay, and what if what we're doing directly impacts their safety?
It won't.
How can you be so sure? How do you have that confidence?
There are things about the city that you don't know and are better off not knowing. They're safe.
What if I want to know?
Telling you would mean that I would need to silence you. And I don't want to do that.
Oh, do you care about me a little bit?
If you die, people will start asking questions.
Oh. Sure. Pretend what you want.
Vera, if I actually wanted you dead, you would be.
Oh, trust me, I've picked that up, I think. I'm not totally as oblivious as you think I am.
No. You may be blind to my world, but I don't think you're stupid.
I'll take that as the best compliment I think I've ever heard from you.
Listen, there are a lot of reasons why I do not have love for your religion. It's not a lack of teaching. I had plenty of that. About as much as someone like me could get. They're not as good as you think they are. They're not as pure as you think they are. None of them are. No one is.
I think I'm slowly learning that a little bit myself. But I still believe that that's not everyone. I don't. Yeah.
Sure. Maybe I haven't met them. It's been a pretty overwhelming majority from what I know.
Well, I hope to then prove you wrong. At least if it's just me. Because I care about you. Even when you don't want me to. It seems like you don't want me to.
I don't particularly see the point.
Maybe someday you will.
Maybe. If you prove me wrong, I'll admit it. I'll wait for it.
Okay. I'll wait for that too.
I'm not that stubborn.
And you're not at all worried that this is a trap? I just...
There's a possibility that any and every job can be a trap. If you operate with that knowledge, then it is harder to be taken by surprise.
So we agree on that, at least. And
But I've done things like this many times, though the security's a little different.
yes.
For the most
You
part,
have more of an instinct for this.
You have to when you live on the streets.
Do you listen to those instincts?
Yes.
So, what are they telling you about this one?
Navali,
Mm-hmm.
before you answer, you hear in your ear duty. And it's really hard to tell whether it's your internal monologue or something else.
It's my duty to do this. So I will do it.
Duty to who or what? Duty requires serving a higher purpose, whether that be a commanding officer, which I know about that duty, or a calling. So what is your duty to?
In this case, to our employer.
Okay.
He knows us, Fira. We cannot go back now. So we will do this job, and if the rest of you need to leave after that, then so be it. Whatever needs to happen will happen. Because it's either that or death, and I'm not planning on dying anytime soon.
I keep coming back to our last meeting with him when he said he challenged us to even stop him. And what does he mean by that? Why would we want to stop him if he's just seeking a book to translate? And I can't get that out of my mind.
Remember when I told you that the city is corrupt? That society is corrupt? Where do you think a person like that gets knowledge about such resources hidden under lock and key like that? There's nothing we can do to stop him. Whether it's us or someone else, someone is going to steal that book for him. And that's all there is to it. Whether it's here, or in transport, or in another city.
Yes, And it could be us to be successful to steal that book, but what if we don't necessarily give it to him?
I'm gonna pull your journal away from you since you have it kind of sitting open like you were taking notes. And I'm going to find a blank page. Nev's not that rude, and rip a little piece and sketch the symbol from the letter I received. This is what he is. I don't know what it means yet, but I will. If you see this, don't do anything about it. Tell me about it. Don't follow anything. Don't listen to anyone who hands you anything with this on it. Come to me. I mean it.
You have my word.
I'm gonna crumple up the paper. Keep it.
As you two speak, you start to see little pinkish red petals start to fall from the ceiling. And then can I get a perception from Navali?
Hate that. Hey, that's not bad. That is 16.
With a 16, you look around and you look to all of the usual spots, and you see these little petals which denote shame spren. And you see, coming from the, you see sitting in the booth that is just adjacent to you, a young man, perhaps about 15 years old. He is one of the kids from the cell. This one's name is Vidalar. You know him as Vid. And he's sitting there, and he is doing every single thing possible in the world not to act like he's listening in on this conversation.
I say nothing. I'm going to, as swiftly as Nev possibly can. It's right behind us, like behind me.
Yeah, it would be. He would want your blind spot. Yes.
Oh yeah, full acrobatic-esque. Just kind of into the seat next to him. Hey there.
He jumps, a very shocked, like almost like he's gonna run like a fox, caught in a chicken coop.
I'm faster than you, Vid. What are you doing here?
I'm
faster, stronger, pulls dagger ever so slowly.
I was here. I was already here. And you sat in that booth, and I didn't mean to listen in on all the things with the stuff and the people.
Insight check.
Sure, yeah, 100%. I need you to beat a 6.
I need to make sure Cutter is not having the kids spy on me. That's a 19 plus 3, 22.
Cutter's having a spy on you. He says that you might be working with bad people. And I said I would go and watch.
And what kind of story are we going to give Cutter today?
You were helping out sick old ladies and giving them food and water.
Yep.
And there was a dog, there was an axe hound pup that you helped bandage its leg, and you were
Don't lay it on too thick. Don't lay it on too thick.
and the queen was there, and she clapped because of how good of a job you did.
Vid,
Yep.
you gotta get better at lying, my friend.
I never found you. You were too good. I'll take the hit.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll take the
Excellent.
hit. Cutter will be disappointed, but yeah, yep, yes, yep.
We're gonna have a network meeting
Okay,
tonight.
tonight.
Tell the others, don't tell Cutter.
Cutter's mad.
It's for us.
Cutter's real mad.
It's not for him. I don't care.
Yeah, but he's pissed. He's really mad. He was saying storming this and storming that, and he was angry. He was throwing stuff and being mean. More than
Did he
usual.
touch any of you?
Yeah, of course he did. Well, I talked back to him. I didn't want to do this. That's why he like points to the shame spread.
Nev kind of like
pouring down.
runs. Yeah, Nev kind of runs a knuckle over her scar on her face. Don't talk back to him.
Oh, I'm trying. I didn't. It's you.
I know.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
yes, sir. No problem, sir. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
We work for you, not Nev.
Right.
Let him believe.
Okay.
You know better.
I do. Anyway, I never found you.
That's right.
Vid gets up out of the booth. He's got a little hat on, just like a little like a narrow kind of tip hat. He grabs the end of it and he looks to Ferrani and he's like, "Ma'am," and then he scuttles out of the spark flicker.
I'll settle back into the chair across from Fira.
Did I hear that back
Yeah,
and
we were
forth?
right.
Yeah, 100%.
We
Okay.
were probably hushed,
Okay.
but you were right there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that was too secretive for sure.
No.
You should really advise them to base their lies on a little bit of truth. It makes it easier.
Not finding me is pretty truthful, I'd say. I'm pretty hard to find most of the time.
Better than the queen clapping, but
Yeah, I have to coach him on that. Of course he's having them shadow me. Frustrated.
Do we feel that this is an appropriate spot to zoom back out?
Yeah.
We go now very swiftly. We're going to zoom in on Alstrom. Alstrom, you, in a blind rush, you've been so preoccupied with this Fabrial, hyper-focused. Maybe a little neurodivergent coded, this sweet Alstrom man.
Mm-hmm.
But you suddenly have a bit of a recollection. You have something to do. There is a Fabrial lock. There's a lock that you need to work on. You need to disarm this Fabrial, this intense, fiery, flashy, heating Fabrial. I'm going to need a crafting check from you. And instead of asking this time, I am telling you that we are raising the stakes. Please roll the plot die along with this.
Yeah. And I have the plot die, so it'll be easy
Yeah,
to know.
that makes it easier. Yeah, that makes it better. You'll roll fine.
I'll be fine. You said crafting, okay.
I said crafting. This is
How
a
to work on a Fabrial I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 16, and it was a plot die.
One more time. You cut out right at the end.
The plot die was blank.
Plot die was blank. Okay. So, the 16, your fairly certain that if you are able to get your tools within the actual room itself and work on this fabrial, you will be able to banish the fire spren out of the heating fabrial and disarm it. You're going to need metals. You are going to need stormlight. You're going to need a separate gem. You'll be able to do this. Unfortunately, it is going to take time. It is going to take delicacy. You will need to be uninterrupted. You don't figure out any easy, quick way around it. You don't figure any sincere, oh, yeah, this is going to be, you know, just a quick little snip, bop, 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 bop. I can do this quick. This is time-consuming. This is very intricate, and it's something that you've never done before. You will be essentially sucking the fire spren out of one fabrial and into another. So you're crafting a small device, a small heating fabrial of your own accord. You're going to have to set up aluminum and copper and other alloys around the fabrial itself, and then
good thing I got this aluminum.
You're going to have to beckon this flame spren into the fabrial that you've made. That's the only way that you can think of doing it, and thus you will be able to accomplish it. You are going to rely very heavily on the distracting qualities of your companions to keep that room clear. You need focus. You need time. I will ask, Berdalar, you said you wanted to speak with Alstrom.
I think there's a lot of people I could talk to now.
Yeah. Did you want to perhaps gather the folks that you have, and we can perhaps go and meet at the Spark Flicker and kick that one off?
Yeah, I very carefully get Alstrom's attention without letting Alshir know that I'm there.
Give me a quick stealth, real quick. Just give me a quick stealth.
Oh, that's not good. 9.
A 9. They rolled a 9, but I have at least a 1 bonus.
Yep.
You're creeping.
Throwing pebbles at the window.
You creep. You throw pebbles at the basement window. You're trying to. Alshir comes out through. Like, I barely beat that 9. Alshir comes out by happenstance, is watering some rock buds on the outside, and is scraping off shale bark, chipping off a bit of creme. What are you doing, Berdalar? What are you doing?
I need your brother, and I did not want to upset you. Beers, wine,
No.
you know?
Nope.
Work.
What'd I say?
Don't really remember.
Not in the daytime. Not in the day.
No,
Not in the daytime.
What? No, but
Would you like me to go and fetch my brother?
That'd be great, yeah.
Awesome. Don't sneak in through my windows, you little freak.
No, I wasn't going to sneak in. I was going to get him to come out.
Don't beckon my brother to sneak out of basement windows, you weirdo. Stop. Send a note. Be normal. I can't have people thinking that there's some sort of strange conspiracy surrounding my shop. We're already on thin ice. Stop being weird. Stop being a weird little storming freak. You're already so close to blowing up my entire life. Stop. Stop. Just be normal. Just be storming normal.
Okay.
Act normal. If you can't be. I'm gonna go get my brother. Don't come inside.
Okay.
Alshir goes inside, heads downstairs. Alstrom.
You yelling at customers again? You can't be doing that.
The worst person we know is here.
The bank?
There's just the most unamused expression on Alster's
You
face.
see Berdelar's face in the window
Oh,
waving.
of course they do. She runs. Runs
okay,
over to
you
the
should
window
have
and like
said, you
rips
should
down
have
the
said.
blind.
Okay, all right.
Hey,
Okay.
real glad you're taking
I'll
this
grab
seriously.
my coat.
I'm so glad you can joke. I'm so stoked that you can just like make light of the potential of our way of life coming crumbling down around us because of a cult conspiracy, strange individuals knowing that you're essentially breaking their entire religion and that there's some sort of speaking spren that now lives in my house. I'm so glad that you can be very upbeat and jovial about all of this.
Yeah, it's okay. We're going to be rich. Haha, it's pure aluminum. Okay, bye. See you later.
And the Alstrom walks out to Berdelar.
Hey, good to see you.
What is going on?
I have made a decision, and I think I'm going to need help.
Okay.
All right, come
How
on.
can I help? Yeah.
We're going to,
Where are we
we're
going?
to the Spark Flicker.
Ah, yes. Haha.
Although, I have a question. Before we go,
As we're like walking down the road, you know.
before we get there, I don't want to upset anybody. Or you. I don't want to upset you. Is your sister seeing anybody?
I don't think so, but you should really just ask her yourself.
Well, I don't think we're there yet. I was just curious. Would you be cool if I maybe at some point, way not now? Like way not now. I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, that would be fine. That'd be okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course.
Can I
Yeah.
roll an insight check on Alstrom, please? Oh wow. Okay, 24?
Do I make a deception?
If you're lying, if you're not okay with it, I'll ask for a deception, but like it's also okay for you to just give, if you want, you can just give Berdelar the vibes that you're giving off, like quietly approving, skeptical, however you're feeling in your heart. A large insight like that would likely give him some stuff about like how you.
Yeah. I don't think a roll is called for.
Yeah.
There's truth to it, but it's like hesitation. Like he's okay with it in general, but maybe not you specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, good to know. I mean, who knows? Wow, what a city,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow, look, it's the bar we're going to.
Yeah, we
Way
made
over
it.
there. You know what? I think I'm gonna run.
And I just book it.
That has to be the single most relatably awkward thing that I've ever heard. It's just like, I'm going to start running now. And you run in full non-athletic clothing to where you're trying to go just to get out of the conversation. How do you get in touch with Nev and Fira, or one or the other or both? Actually,
Well, that's a great-
would it be convenient that Fira and Nev are both still at the bar? I mean, like, it happened that day.
Sure.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to get a hold of Nev, I don't think. But I
don't
do
think
know
many
how to
people
get a
do.
hold of Fira. Oh, I do? I do know how to get a hold of Nev?
Nev set up a drop point for you to leave notes for her
Yep. Thank you.
before the campaign.
Yeah. It makes sense. Well, Yeah, I go in to tell Verdana that I'm going to be having a meeting and that Alstrom's on his way, and I look over and I go,
No way. No way. Aye. Alstrom's on his way.
Oh, are we having a meeting?
Perfect.
Well, I mean, this one is a bit impromptu.
All right.
I would like to ask you all for a favor. Feel free to say no, but I'm going to wait till Alstrom gets here. He's pretty slow. Also...
Oh,
I
hey,
don't-
everybody.
Hey, it's Alstrom.
Nev's gonna get up. I assume we should go to the basement now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, the
Nev's
basement
gonna
again.
Nev's gonna grab her drink. Feels like she needs a drink for this, probably.
Yeah.
well, Bertalar comes downstairs. If we're all
Oh, well,
We're all met.
settled.
Okay. So, I came by some information last night that is going to be tricky for me to handle on my own, and I was wondering if the three of you might be willing to help me out. It's a personal thing, so it's not this job related, so if you want to say no, that's great. And have many other friends. But
Roboting friend.
Oh,
Her audio's
hello.
cutting out.
check. Still bad?
It's good now.
Okay, thank you.
yeah, no, as I was saying, I have lots of other friends for sure. But yeah, no, I could use a hand with something.
Hmm.
Thoughts?
What did you learn?
Great question. So a lead that I've been working on for a while, kind of fell into my lap, and I want to go in. I want to go in heavy, which is not something I do a lot, and I just thought it might be nice to have some people, or at my back for this one.
Is this
Also-
another situation where we have to agree before we hear the details?
No, I'm going to tell you. So I had a friend. His name was Clem, right? Nev, you might know him. Have you met Clem? He kind of runs in the same circles.
Have I met Clem? You're muted.
You've heard of Clem. You are not acquaintances. You aren't friends. You've never met Clem, but you know that Clem is essentially a very disreputable individual within Kholinar. Someone who has made it their sole mission, it would seem, to subvert anyone in the underworld who's actually trying to be better.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of him.
Okay. Might check real quick. Is it okay? Is it bad?
No, you're good.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Yeah, so he owns a bar. It's kind of a safe house, and I think there might be some information there that I need. And I would like to go and have a chat with him. But he's a dangerous man. And it just would put me at ease if I knew there were some people around, just as a witness, just in case. Because I don't think he's going to kill 4 different people. That's crazy. I think he might kill me. No, he would definitely kill me if I went by myself.
What did you do to him?
That is a long story. The broad points are nothing. I did nothing to him. We had a disagreement. We went our separate ways. We were business partners for a long time, and I don't know. I don't know why he is the way he is, but we were friends a long time ago, and I don't know the person he is now. But I do need to talk to him.
And you want to squeeze this possible fight to the death in before the heist or after?
I don't think it's going to be a fight to the death if I bring people. That's the thing. But I do think I want to talk to him at some time, yeah. And I don't know. It feels important.
Is it information he knows or something in the safe house?
I don't know. He's gathering with some people, including a floating Parshendi.
Oh.
Yeah.
What makes you think he won't kill all of us? If he would just kill you by yourself, why wouldn't he just?
Well, because you two.
And he points to Fira and Navali, and he goes,
Well, you two, you've got connections, you know. If he disappears he's in deep trouble. I don't know about Alstrom. I mean, he could probably disappear me and Alstrom, but...
Al sure would get pretty mad.
No, that's true, yeah.
She's quite scary.
Look, that's why I brought it up. You can say no. I'll go and handle it myself. But I just wanted to ask if you would want to help me out. I know you want.
There's no way I'm letting you do that by yourself.
Absolutely not. I'm not saying no. However, we do need to focus on the task at hand.
Yeah. No, for sure.
You said this was for a personal matter. Is this for... how do I ask this? Is this something that would help you or someone you care about? Or is this more of a greed-motivated matter?
No, it's not about spheres or anything like that. I think Clem is working with the people who killed my father. And I don't know why I do that. And it's kind of all I can think about. And I just went and talked to my mum and my sister. And it's just got me thinking that it's something I need to. I'm worried about them. And I'm worried that maybe these people have something to do with it. Someone's been watching my house.
Am I aware of people watching Bear's home?
No, I don't think so. It would take some very specific, intentional watchman activity to sort of understand, like sitting in a dark alley looking for shadowed figures. It would be dedicated, intentional surveillance to see anything like that. You would have had to have known that something was going on, but now that you know, there's nothing stopping you from keeping watch. You're very likely more more capable of surveilling the place than Berlar's sister looking out the window.
There's people, they sent people to your home.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's them, but I can't think of anyone else who would. And I've just got this sinking feeling in my gut that this could be a matter of life and death.
I'm going to have some of my assets keep an eye on your place. Maybe we can spot who's spotting for you.
When you say assets, Fira is going to look at you out of the side of her eyes.
Okay, just make sure they don't get spotted, because by the heralds, if my sister sees more people outside my window, I am so screwed.
Don't worry. They're subtle.
Thank you.
As you all sit, having this meeting, waiting, a man walks into the basement. He's wearing a black, form-fitting, gold, buttoned outfit. He's got a little pack on his back. Very sharp jaw, a hawkish nose. Well, it seems I have once again stumbled into the place that I am needed, the most needed place in all of Kholinar. I look upon thee, I see honor and truth, and life and death, and all of the things in between, and I see poetry written on every single one of your faces. You are to be the next ones, aren't you? You are the ones that are out of time, that are out of space, that are here for no other reason than to exist. Hi.
Do I recognize this person?
Oh, he feels very familiar.
I guess I'll ask, do I recognize this person?
Again, this very gut feeling of familiarity. It feels like an old friend or an old enemy has walked into the room. He looks to you all.
And we all feel this way?
Every single one of you feel this feeling in your gut, like you know this man, like you want to know this man, like you might know this man, like you might hate this guy, like you might like this guy. And there seems to be a very punchable feature about him. He seems to be a very strikeable individual.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna throw a knife at him, but he's talking now, so.
So, my little group of ducklings, it seems as if you are on the precipice, and I would love to have just a moment
What's
of your
a duck?
company.
Right, what's a duck?
A duck is a little watery feathered fellow. It's kind of like a chicken. I'm sure you all know chickens.
Okay.
I think under the table, Nev is like pulling the dagger she stole from Cutter.
Yeah, absolutely. You can I please
just in case?
Yeah, can I get a perception? You go ahead and roll a perception if you really like.
Perception.
Yeah, this is going to be a perception for sure.
Not stealth, me being subtle about pulling the dagger? Or is it something else?
This is something completely separate.
Perception, not insight?
Perception, not insight.
Okay. That is an 11.
You go to reach for the dagger, and you feel that it is not in the sheath, and then you see it, and it is in his belt, and then he walks over and he says, "I'm so sorry you dropped this while you were out and about. I think you might have just been a little negligent. I would keep those things very close to you. Usually when you borrow something from a friend, you want to be able to give it back one day. I have actually a flute that I gave out a little while ago when the fellow lost it. And I can tell you right now, between you, me, and everybody else, that this is actually going to be a little bit of a problem later on. I think a little girl has it or is going to have it, but it'll be fine. Don't worry."
And who in damnation are you?
I'm
What
so
are you
sorry.
talking
I
about?
haven't even introduced myself. I am a man who is owned by the cosmos, that is owned by the Cosmere, that is owned by the king for the next little while. I am Wit. It's good to make your acquaintance.
Oh, the
Do
king's
I-
wit. What are you? Aren't you?
Do I even know what that means?
You know who the King's Wit is.
Okay.
Absolutely. A very famous figure, changes hands from time to time. This one in particular, you've heard stories about him like really talking down to Light Eyes in a very hilarious way.
Why are
Give
you
it to
here?
me. Give it to me. Bring it on. Come on. What do you got for me?
He just looks at you. Too easy. Absolutely not. I don't have time, my friend. And he like lays a hand on your shoulder. I haven't written a novel of insults in a very long time, and while I am so very certain that you would be a terrific subject for something that was full length or perhaps even a trilogy, I just do not have the time nor the vocabulary to sum up everything that could be encompassed within your incompetence and self-esteem issues. But please, please trust and believe that it would be a wonderfully written tome. I'm here. I am here now with all of you. I have come on behalf of myself because I'm very self-important and I know that I should be here. So I want you all to feel at ease with me, and I know that's impossible. So we're going to be talking about your place in things and what you should be doing. I'm sure you've all seen a lot of very strange things happening recently. You've seen things like the price of Lavis grain going up, and you've seen the unintentional way that this has affected the spren in town. You've seen, oh my gosh, I'm so sure, anguish spren and sorrow spren, and you've seen all of these horrible things that have been occurring within Kholinar, and I can tell you that they can be changed. You are agents of that. You are children of honor, and that means something. It means something. I can't remember what it is, but it means something. You're at the point of no return. I've seen the world if you all don't act. If you leave.
Wait, hold on. You can see
Act
the
on-
future.
Act on what?
You have potential. You need to, well, you don't need to do anything. I mean, I need to do things, and that's an unfortunate reality of who and what I am, but you don't need to do anything, but you can choose to do it. You are people, wonderful, beautiful, foul-smelling, and that means that when the choice gets to be yours, when the world is put into your hands, when you get to decide the next step, when you get to say those words and take forever inside of you, you just get to decide. You get to make that decision. Some of you have horror in your past. I know that's tough. Can I tell you a story? And then I'll leave you alone. Do you have time?
Is it good?
It's not a good story. It's actually rather bad. It's one of my worst.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're already here. Why not?
I am here. I know. And honestly, I'm more sorry about that than you are.
I
Okay.
grab him a chair from another table and I pull it over.
You grab Wit a chair, and he stands upon it, this self-important, pompous individual. And he pulls out a very small stringed instrument. It's probably about the size of the palm of his hand, and he starts plucking at it as he speaks, this little instrument. And you all feel and hear that, like, the tones that are coming out of it don't feel natural, and they don't feel right, and it's just an oddity. And he speaks out in tune with this music that he's playing with this palm viola kind of instrument. And there was once a man and a woman and a spren. And they were best friends. Family. They lived within the lands that are far, far to the west, where the high storms don't reach. They lived in harmony with one another. And they truly felt out of place where they lived for such a very long time. It was not unlike living in a different culture than your own. It was like a Thalen living within the lands of the Reshi, or perhaps someone from Yakaved trying to live within Azir. And they always felt out of place. And the man and the woman, they were only workers. They were only laborers. They could only truly harness the power of their own two hands. And so they asked the Spren, they said, Spren, you are full of so much power and so much life and so much of what fills the storms and the stars. Can you help us? We don't want to be here any longer. And the Spren told them, no, you have to wait. Things will change. It will be fine. They stayed in those lands, and they were still mistreated, and their culture was still strange, and they still felt like aliens. And so they moved with their own bodies, with their own legs, with their own means. They moved to the east. And the culture was even more strange. They were ridiculed even more, treated even more like aliens, and they went east, and they asked their Spren, please, can you change things for us? We need help, please. There's so much for us to give the world, but we just can't be given a chance. We aren't allowed to own land. We aren't allowed to own property. We can't do anything in these lands. They're so strange. We feel like aliens. And so they moved even further east as the Spren rebuked them time and time and time again. And eventually they reached the very edge, the very pinnacle of the lands, and they came across a giant wall. It was a gigantic wall, one that streamed up all the way into the heavens, past the Tranquiline Halls, and even beyond. It was past any Rubicon of thought or soul or body. And they finally said to the Spren, we cannot go any further. Please give us the ability to go beyond. Can we move? Can things change? The Spren said, I cannot change your world, and I cannot put you beyond, but I can make this world fit you. I will do this for you, but you have to make me a promise. And the man and the woman said, I will do anything. I will do anything to find a world that I fit in, please. And the Spren simply said, please. I need you to promise me something. I need you to make an oath. The man and the woman said, we will promise anything. We will give you our words. We will give you our praise. We will give you anything that you ask for. Please just tell us. And the Spren looks to them and says, we've come all this way. And you have lived. You were young when we started, and you are old now. And so you must promise me that it will always be life before death. And the man and the woman said, I promise you, I give you my word that it will be life before death. And as they sat on the edge of those cliffs, looking over the sea as another high storm came to rack the lands, the Spren said, next, you must agree, you must understand, and you must promise me that it will always not be the destination, but the journey that you came to be there. For we have traveled far, and we have seen all of that Roshar can show you. We have seen the cultures, we have seen the people, you see the flaws. and you'll be able to remake things in the image that you want, in the new world that I shape for you, because of the journey. And it won't be the destination that I bring you to, it'll be the journey that you go on. The man and the woman said, but that's scary. We want the end. So the Spren looks to them and says, there is no end. Some things are forever. And I promise you that the world that I make you will be forever. The man and the woman said, well, then it will be the journey and not the destination. And finally, the man says, I want to make you a promise. And the Spren says, what? The man says, I have seen all of the lands that we have walked past, and I have seen injustices, and I have seen hardship, and I have seen pain, and I have seen death. And because all that we did was wander, and we had no power, I couldn't do anything to stop it. And so I will promise you, Spren, I promise you this, that I will protect those that will not be protected. And the Spren said it was good. And the woman looks to the Spren and says, I will also make you a promise. We have walked across this entire world. We have seen all that there is to see here. And it would be a shame if we remade the world and none of it was remembered. And so I will remember those who would be forgotten. And the Spren said that this is good. And he started to remake the world. And it was in the shape that the man and the woman wanted. But one horrid shard of that old world followed them still. Wanting to push, wanting to hate, wanting the injustice. And it made a promise to the Spren as well. I will follow my passions, and I will keep the hate for this man and this woman alive. And unfortunately, Spren are not creatures that are easily bent. They have rules, and those words had power. And so the new world was filled with honor and life, with remembrance and love, and the power to create and the light to see in the dark. But there was that dark, for it was brought with it. The end.
None of that made
Penis.
any storming sense.
You missed a part.
Well, I told you it wasn't a really good story, didn't I?
Yeah, but I don't know why I know that.
Well, it's a story that's been told for a really long time, friend. And it doesn't matter how dumb and ugly you are. You still remember a story that's been told 1,000 times.
Thank you for your story.
Thanks for listening. Not everyone does.
So, who, the people, right, in your story,
Mm-hmm.
what did they do in a world?
I'd love to paint it as a happy ending, but one of them died. And the other is scared. And the one who hates is very, very, very strong in that world.
Was it the true story?
No, it's just a story. Well, anyway, I think I've outlived my stay. He stops playing on the instrument, and that little bit of reverie that you all felt kind of fades.
Wait.
Colors down.
Don't
a
go.
little bit.
Don't go. You're the king's wit, right?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. Are you going to see him again?
God, I hope not, but probably.
Okay. I have something for him. Well, not for him, but kinda.
If it's not a whoopee cushion, I don't really want it.
Hey, what if I told you it's for the king's sister?
The king's sister?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Oh. You got a little crush. I see how it is. That's okay.
But
He has a thing for sisters, it's true.
Yeah.
okay, no, that's
I
not.
get those
That's
vibes.
not.
I
No,
get
I have
those
a thing
vibes,
for
yeah,
strong
I
women.
understand it. Yeah. Strong, powerful.
Anyways, no. Look, I found this.
Tall
And he
boots.
opens the box.
Yeah.
He opens the box, and it's just Colin's soulcaster that he's been trying to figure out what to do with for like 3 days.
She has another
Could you
one.
give this
can
back
keep
to
it.
her? No, I don't.
What?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay,
Yeah, you can have it.
so I can do whatever I want with it.
I don't think you're going to do much with it, but yeah, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Wait, are you sure it's not the fake?
Yeah, you know what? It's probably a fake. Yeah, I bet that's what it is.
Can I roll an insight on this weird man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck with that. DC 5 million.
22.
You can't roll high enough for that.
22.
With advantage.
Would you like to raise the stakes?
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh, that's not good. So I had a red one, you know? I'm trying to remember.
Okay. I know
It's a complication,
you
so
get
I
a
guess it's a
+2 on the
complication.
roll. You get a
Because it's a
+2 on
plus
the
2
roll.
or a plus 4, right?
Oh yeah, the 1 is a +2, the 2 is a +4.
Okay, so that's a plus 4, so that's a 26 insight.
That's a
with
26 insight
complication.
with a complication. Fantastic. Okay, no, he takes, he says, you know what? I think this might actually be the real article. You know what? As a favor to you, I'm going to let her know that you borrowed it and I'll return it to her. Yoink. And he takes it, puts it in a breast pocket, and your name, if I'm not mistaken, was Berdalar of Kholinar, and you live in Little Herdaz with your sister and your mother, correct? And you're somehow associated with these fine people right here. I see Navali, I see Alstrom, and I see Ferraniel. Yes, fantastic. All of you folks, I'm sure that you gave this sweet man Berdalar the biggest leg up when he went to go and get this fine artifact from Yasna Colin, and you'll be personally name dropped in the missive that I send with the soulcaster.
Oh, how nice of you.
Maybe
don't.
don't. I have to say, I insist. And then Wit spins on a heel while he's still standing on this chair, tips the chair over, rides it down as he does, and tumble jaunts out of the basement of this establishment.
My dagger.
How do
Did
they
he
know
take
our
it with him?
names?
You feel all around your body. You look to see if it's in the back pocket. In the reverie, it's back in your thigh sheath.
What in damnation? Just as touching the daggers on their sheaths, he took my knives and now they're back.
He knew our
Did he do that
names.
to
and we
anybody
didn't
else?
say it.
So wait, did he? Do I have any knives?
Check my boot.
You know what, Alstrom? You have a knife that you didn't have before.
Is it one of mine?
It's not one of yours. It's just a knife.
Well, I guess.
Berdalar, you find a bar
I'll
of
keep
soap.
it.
Okay, this is rude considering it's the second bar of soap in my pack.
I mean, you did smell pretty bad last time we all met up, so
There's a message there.
maybe you should bathe more often.
I just had a bath. Anyway, it's not important. What is important is... Well, I'm not sure I know anymore.
Nev just starts sniffing, just like, why do you smell like a woman?
I'm sorry.
I don't think you smell like a woman. You smell very nice.
Thank you. Wait a minute. Did you just say you think women smell bad? Because it just kind of sounds like you just said you think women smell bad.
No, how would you get, you just, what? No, that's not what
No,
I said.
you said, I don't think you smell like a woman. You smell nice.
I think
That
Nev
wasn't
actually
a comma,
cracks
it was a
smile.
period.
Ooh, Nev cracks a smile. Is that what I?
Just a little bit of, just
Okay.
a little bit of one, just
Yeah,
like.
okay.
No, it was, I don't think you smell like a woman, period. You smell nice.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
Still
this has been a
similar
riveting
meaning.
conversation.
I don't. And anybody can smell nice. That doesn't preclude anybody else from smelling nice.
What-
Okay, so that guy is weird, right?
What?
I
what
don't
was the
understand
meaning of
it.
the story? Yeah.
I don't understand any of this.
I think what he's saying is that one of us is a spren, and one of us is the man, and one of us is the woman, and one of us is the angry god thing. I think Navali's probably the angry god.
Why?
What?
Think about it. I think Alstrom's probably the spren, and then dealer's choice on the other two.
I don't think it was that literal there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that.
But I mean, why would he have to lie?
Also- Are you trying to pair yourself with Ferraniel then? You're the man, she's the woman.
Nobody said that one of them dies. He literally said that one of them dies.
He didn't say which one.
No, I don't even think they were together, right? Like that's not what he said. He didn't say they were dating or anything.
I don't care about the storming story. I really don't. I don't understand why any of this is
Fear is
happening.
blushing.
The words? Why do we keep hearing that phrase?
No, that is important. That makes sense. And I know that he didn't say some of the words.
You do?
I don't know why I know that. I swear he said some words and I went, those are the ones. And then at some point he kept going and I went, wait a minute, where's the rest of the words? And I don't know why I thought that.
You know, I kind of had a similar feeling. Is that weird?
He forgot some of them.
Well,
What, the whole life and death and journey stuff?
Oh, his life before death.
Life before death.
Yeah, like they promised
Isn't that-
to put life before, to like put life forward, make sure that people live and have and stay alive and help people that are dying in trouble.
I mean, it's pretty idealistic, don't you think?
As you all sort of like speak these like words and you're having this conversation surrounding it, you all do get, like, each of you get this strange feeling that it's like a sentence half spoke. Like there is something missing. You're like this is like you get the feeling that this is like a common phrase that people would say, and it's like there's a bit of a missing.
He did say it was an old story.
So maybe he didn't remember it. Probably wasn't
Yeah.
sober anyway. Storming weirdo.
Berdalar starts looking around.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are you looking for?
I wanted to. Are there Kremlins?
I'm looking for anything
Look for
in this
Kremlins
room
every
that
time.
should not be here.
Yeah, give me a perception. Hit me with it. Of course.
Fire away.
How dare you bring me my favorite character in such a
perception,
weird
16.
way? How dare you?
16. Couple of Kremlings
16.
scuttle around and out of the basement, and that's about it. Not uncommon for this bar.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. We were talking about something before that weird guy showed up, right?
Yeah, we were gonna help you.
Yeah, you wanted us to go
were?
fight.
That's great.
I mean,
I hope we
you
don't
know,
have to fight. I mean, we don't have to do it now. We could do it later. But I do think, I don't know. There's just something in my guts.
Well, as you sit here, speaking about words and ideals and the next step, and agreeing to go to this establishment that's owned by Klim, you've come to a bit of a consensus that helping one another is, in really no uncertain terms, a better avenue for success than the alternative. It's tough to really quantify it. You feel a little drawn. You're not sure what force of gravity that's brought you all together. But it's clear that strangeness has started to follow you. You sit in contemplation for a short period of time around this table in the basement of the Spark Flicker. I think the very final thing that I'm going to ask for this evening is a single roll from everybody. This will be collective. I'm going to need a perception from everyone present.
That's a nat 20 for 22.
Woof. Okay. Noted.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay. Kind of fitting.
13.
A 13.
18 plus 4, 22.
22.
Oof.
Whoa.
Alstrom and Ferraniel, you're the first to get up and start leaving the basement. Agreeing to convene soon to either commit to the heist, to go and help Berdalar on whatever timetable it is. And then, Berdalar, you decide to leave next. And you notice out of the corners of your vision, there is something unnatural in this basement. A little bit of mist is pouring in, swirling at cracks in the creme that is plastered as sealant within the walls. And it's just a little bit strange since it's midday. Not much you can do about it. Navali, you leave last. Makes sense that way. You get to watch everyone's back. You ensure that nobody's going to stab you from behind. You know, old habits. You watch as this swirling mist in the corner takes the form of a set of peering eyes. And it watches as Feraniel walks up the steps. And it watches as Alstrom walks up the steps. And then it watches as Berdalar walks up the steps. And then it wisps out through a crack in the creme and streams out of the building entirely, leaving just traces of that same foggy mist. But you saw it. Something was watching you. Something was watching the crew. And it was the cat.
Cat
That's
spread.
That's our stream spread.
That's
Stream spread.
absolutely.
It's squishy.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Our Twitch
it's a
stream
it's a
spread.
shrieking spread.
A screaming spread.
Yeah,
Scream
exactly.
spread.
Yeah,
Free me.
free me.
Sorry.
So, what you do with that information is completely up to you, but it can be a catalyst for a conversation in the future, or perhaps a clue into something else that comes later. But I believe that will be it for tonight, folks. We're going to leave you now at the end of Chapter 3 of The Last Ideal. We have a little bit of a note for you all for next week. We have a character who is going to be absent. That is our one and only Alstrom. But do not fret. We will have a stream still. We are going to run as 4, and we are going to do an interlude. For those of you who are unfamiliar, an interlude on this channel is usually something that happens where we peer into the past of a character, or we sit in the moments between moments, very personal role-play experiences, where you can see a character's traumas, where you can see their triumphs in the past, where you can see the reasons why these characters exist the way that they do. And so, potentially, we'll see things like, why is Navali so prickly? What happened the night that Berdalar's father passed? And who and what were the people and circumstances surrounding Feraniel's disenfranchisement with her old mentor? It could be any of those things, it could be none of those things, it could be more. But from there, we're going to leave you behind for the moment, and we will see you next Tuesday. Come with us, speak the words, have some fun. Come back with us into Roshar. We are going to find somebody to raid out to. Is T-Pain live? I bet he's not.
No, but Maggie's live.
Maggie's live? Oh, we're raiding Maggie. It's not even a question.
What we're calling it. We're going to revisit a classic campaign.
Quick, raid them before they raid us.
I made it. We did it. We're doing it. Invalid username. Don't you do this to me.
You're doing it, Peter.
You're doing it, Peter. Peter's not doing it. Invalid username. What is Maggie? Oh, it's just there's no
underscore.
There's no underscore. Why would I put an underscore? That'd be silly.
You chungus.
Not a chungus. You call me a chungus, bro? Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude.
Lucky I didn't call you a big chungus.
Not a big chungus, but you called me a chungus. That's fucked up. All right, folks. Show Magic
Wow.
RPG all the love in the world. They are a gaggle of some of the most wonderful folks that I've ever met in the TTRPG space. There is a story being told by the wonderful Frank Fields within the world of Wild Sea. Some of our best friends are over on that channel, and also they smell good. So
They do.
we will. I've
Confirmed.
met them in real life. None of them smell bad. We will catch you next. We'll catch you on Saturday for the actual season premiere of Sanguine Dominion, and we will catch you next Tuesday for Chapter 4 of The Last Ideal. We love you. Tell your dog we love you.